There we go. There we go. Black King on the check-in. Yeah, we setting the vibe, man.
Yes, sir.
Man, first and foremost, how are you, my brother? How are you?
Oh, I am excellent. I'm excited and I'm
feeling good.
Thankful to be here. I'm feeling real good. Thank you.
Good. Bless. For those who are just tuning in, this is the FloWay Show. I have another special guest with me tonight. I'm gonna give you the proper introduction, King. This guy's a writer. He's a producer. He's an editor, composer, director. A couple weeks ago, he released a trailer to something that went viral and kind of just woke people up to something that people that's involved in our culture, that love our culture, was stunned by. And was hoping that was a real thing. And we're talking about the Pam and Tommy Detroit Love Story trailer. We're going to talk about that. He has a lot of things going. He has the What Happened Was story. The Herbert, is it Cliffus? I was trying to get it right earlier. I'm a little, I said, you know how you take something and you try to select it on your phone and try to speak it, and it didn't come out the way. Siri didn't get it right. So, story. We're going to talk about that as well. This guy's an incredible guy. He started his journey as a filmmaker at just 10 years old. And it's straight facts. From Atlanta, that I know. Maybe from somewhere else before that, but I know you're from Atlanta. Bobby Huntley, man, on the show, man. Thank you for joining me, my brother. Thank you, man. Everybody's showing some love in the comments. You know how we do it.
Thank you.
Blessings, man. Blessings. I want to jump straight into it. I didn't know a lot about you, and I seen you a couple years ago. I didn't see you directly, but I seen some of your work a couple years ago with some trailers you had released previously that we'll talk about later on. So it's just such a pleasure, man, to be talking to you, having a real organic conversation. And through my show, man, we like to inspire people. So that's the purpose, is to shed light on you and what you do, but also inspire other people along the way that may be watching, that may need some kind of advice, that may need that, that's something, or it may be people who know their way, but just still need something to inspire them, man. So we like to come on here, we like to keep it real, we like to keep it raw, and that's what it is. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
We got a lot of people on the check, and go ahead and shout them out if you know any of these people that's hollering at you.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of family in here. It might take all night. A lot of family in there.
Are you from Atlanta originally?
No, I'm a military brat, so it's a lot of states and countries and all types of things. But I've been in Atlanta most of my life. Yeah.
Okay. I read somewhere, like I was stating, that you had started filming. You had started making films at just 10 years old, which stood out to me and which is really incredible. Can you tell us a bit about the beginning of your journey, to becoming a filmmaker?
Yeah, so I was just one of those weird kids that was doing everything. I started in music first, writing music and learning to play various instruments and recording, producing, all that stuff, drawing, painting, anything I could get my hands on I was doing. And I just randomly, I think I asked my dad for a video camera because he worked at Rent-A-Center at the time, so things would fall off the truck from time to time, you know what I'm saying? And,
Hello.
Yeah, so he just brought home a camera and I'm like, okay, yeah, this is what I want. And it's been on and popping ever since. And it was just basically me finding out that movies encompasses all mediums of art. So, I'm on top of the clothes, the designs, even what colors on the wall, what paintings are, the music. I'm very particular about my score, what instruments are being played, all this. So all the things that I do is put into one project. So that's why I enjoy film so much. Wow.
Incredible. I wish I was able to be, in school and be like, teacher be like, Nathaniel, you ain't got to write today, man. Just go home, record something, and bring it back. Man, I would have been flying colors, man. I would have been getting food. It would save me a lot of spankings.
I don't know, yeah. I've been very blessed. I don't know what it is. Like, when I had the camera in my hand, it was like my portal into people. You know what I'm saying? So I was just this young black kid walking around with a camera, and, my teachers would let me do videos instead of write papers and stuff. And so it was just, I was blessed whenever it was in my hand, and that journey has continued to this day.
Yeah, you're calling. Sometimes, man, your calling knocks at you. I think from, you know, me doing this and been a couple years in, with doing my podcast, I think everyone has had that kind of calling at a young age. And some people didn't realize that gift or didn't grab that calling at that time, maybe did it later on in life. But that calling does knock at an early age, and it was super dope that you were able to just start your journey and kind of get things going at that time. It's super, super incredible. Most of the time, you only really hear that from people that, you know, that sing. You know what I mean? Child stars and kids who like to sing and stuff like that, because that was stuff that you could do freely. It was your voice. You know what I mean? You know, unless you were like the Jackson 5 and, you know, and Joe Jackson, he went out and got all the equipment and everything like that for your kids. You know, as a kid, if you say you want to sing and you sung, that was it. You know, we're gonna take you to church, you're gonna sing in church, and that's gonna be that. So to be able to, you know, be fortunate enough and be able to have people support you at that young is, you know, is a blessing too. Because, you know, some parents would be like, man, you don't go in that room and go sit down and play the video game. You know what I mean?
For sure.
You know, moving on. You know, do you believe, right? Because you have so many hats. As a filmmaker, you have all of these hats I mentioned in the beginning: writer, producer, editor, composer. If I'm missing anything, just let me know. Like Flo, you misses out. But you know, you have all of these hats. You know, do you think that it's necessary as a you know, to have multiple hats as a filmmaker? You think that's necessary?
I think it's necessary to have some sort of knowledge base so that you can know what is required of each skill set, and also know who to look for, what to look for when you're reaching out to people to collaborate or work with you on the project, so that you know what's quality and what's not. You know, what's real work, what's hard work, what works best for you and your aesthetic and things you want to do. So, you know, film school, I guess, was a blessing in that way. So I got a basic overall understanding of everything. I had to, you know, work my way around every crew position, you know. But yeah, just know a little something. But then also, you know, you don't have to be the smartest person in the room. Don't always strive to be the smartest person in the room. Try to surround yourself with some people that know something more than you do, so that you can always be in position of learning.
Absolutely. That's in any field. So people who are watching that, oh, I don't really do that with film. That's in any film. That's in any field. You know, is to not always try to be the smartest person in the room, but surround yourself, you know, with people who you can learn something from, and sometimes being able to open up that ear and educate yourself, because you can always further yourself in whatever you're doing. You know what I mean? And experience and all that good stuff. You know, I remember when I first saw your work, it was the New Edition, right? And the Heartbreak. And I'm a big New Edition fan. We just wrapped up the Black Promoters. Shout out to all my people at Black Promoters Collective. We just wrapped up the New Edition, the Culture Tour. But I love New Edition. And I remember when I seen this trailer, I was like, when is this coming out? We curse on here. I just want to let you know. I don't know, you know, maybe golly or whatever, but we curse. So, no disrespect. But I was like, when is this shit coming out? You know what I mean? And, you know, so it created a lot of hope. And I remember it went viral. And then maybe about 2 years or something like that later, we saw the BET, the New Edition story. You know, do you think as an independent filmmaker, you know, do you think that maybe you had, you know, you think that your work that you did, you know, had some kind of inspiration in that?
Where's my media training for this answer? No. But no, it was definitely something. We're talking specifically about the New Edition piece, right?
Yes.
No, it was definitely something that was in the ethers of the universe. From what I understand, they being New Edition and BET have been in talks for years, and there was a bit of a standstill, from what I was told, for years. And there was no movement for years, And, you know, this kid fresh out of film school, you know, who saw his first New Edition concert in 2013, 2014. But I've been a lifelong fan, obviously. And I was like, we don't have, you know, a Five Heartbeats movie of this generation. We don't have a Temptations movie of this generation. Like, it's time for the next generation to have something that they could cling to visually, that everybody could, you know, see, sit around the TV in the living room or go to the theater and like really champion around year after year. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we haven't had that. So I just, you know, got some people together and we worked hard for 6 months quietly. Nobody knew what we were doing, which is the way I love to work. And from what I was told by, you know, some people, you know, responsible for the series, that what I did definitely helped move the series forward. You know, because sometimes visuals are used in, you know, the meeting rooms and the people that write the checks, like, oh, these are the numbers. This is what the people are saying. This is the comments. These are, you know, all the posts about it. People are going crazy about it, and you know, so
kind of like pushing the envelope. You know, the envelope.
Yeah, and I'm definitely been, and you know, and I'm thankful that my record shows that I've been ahead of the curve as it comes to like what the culture needs and wants. Because I remember talking to people for like a year or two before, like a New Edition movie, and they're like, "Why would we want to see that? No, who wants to see a movie about Bobby Brown?" You know, it was that kind of energy. I'm like, but come on, yo, there's so much stories that even stories that's not public. But bottom line, at the end of the day, as a fan, I'm so happy that they got their story to be told by them on their terms, or they were all alive and in good health and wealth to see it happen.
Absolutely.
That's the number one thing I had to part with. You know, it wasn't in, you know, my deck of cards, so to speak, to be, you know, asked to be part of the project, you know. That would have been a tremendous blessing, but, you know, they had their own situation already, and I wasn't invited to be a part of that. And, you know, it's okay. So I've been building my own table, so to speak, ever since then. And, you know, there's so much more freedom in that, and I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, man. You know, whatever is for you is for you. And I always say that. It's something I always say. Whatever is meant for you is meant for you. So sometimes, you know, we want to do certain things and God has something else planned for us. You know what I mean? So, you know, and sometimes you got to be like, all right, cool. All right, this wasn't for me. Maybe this is for me, you know? So sometimes we can't lead to our own understanding. We got to jump in that passenger seat and you know, let you just take the wheel, literally. You know what I mean?
And I use that as motivation to, like, I think around the same time they premiered, I had my own feature-length film that was, you know, about to be released. So, you know, I let my heartbreaking disappointment with that situation fuel me creating my own films and doing my own stories, which was, you know, La Vie Magnifique de Charlie, you know, celebration of Black girl magic. So, you know, you just got to keep the ball rolling. Keep going. Yeah.
Right. You know, as an independent filmmaker, because I hate the word indie. I read somewhere like the word indie filmmaker, and the word indie really just me. I just hate the word indie.
I don't know. There's power in that. There's power in that word.
There's power in indie.
100%. 100%. Yeah, because if you just getting a peek into the conversations in the rooms, you know, in the studios and things like that, and you know the channels that you have to go through, and how many people and the checklist and things like, you know, studio indie, but it's like I just love the challenge of creating something in my head, writing it, executing it, getting it done, distributing it myself, marketing it, promoting it, and not having to wait for permission.
You know, you just took my question. So we going with the same flow. Because I was pretty much gonna say, you know, I was pretty much gonna ask you that, you know, what has been like, you know, your biggest challenge, being an indie independent filmmaker. You pretty much just stated everything that somebody would take as their biggest challenge, and flip that and said these are your greatest like reward and being an indie filmmaker.
Yeah, you know? You don't have to ask for permission from nobody. That's the blessing.
Sure. So sometimes you gotta wait on these big studios and different things like that, and you know, and stuff gets shelved and all kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
You know, when they come to you, possibly the conversation could be different, maybe different, you know. But at the same time, you know, you just got to spend all your time honing your skills, honing your craft, and you know, build a table worth eating off of.
You know, when we you know, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a concert promoter,
Yeah.
and I've been doing events for the past 15 years, right? A little bit over that. And when we shut down from COVID, you know, the entertainment space was completely done, like live entertainment, which is the field that I'm in. You know, as a filmmaker, you know, what were you doing during this time? Was this still a difficult time for you, or was it a time for you to say, "All right, cool, I got some time. I can go ahead and get these scripts together. I can go ahead and write." Was it, you know, did you see that blessing in that time, or was it a struggle for you as well to create?
Um, in my mind and in my heart, I remember it as being a struggle. But, you know, when I actually sat down and looked at all the things that I accomplished during that time, I was like, okay, I did a little something, you know. But like, as an artist, when you're an artist, you have to create to breathe. There's no turning it off or cutting it off, you know, unless you want to feel like you're losing a major part of yourself. So it's just been about, for me, keeping my head down. I don't really go nowhere. I don't really go outside anyway, so I wasn't really too, you know, anchored down by the limitations of, you know, the pandemic. But just being able to come up with a couple ideas every now and then and get some people around and do something, that was a blessing to still be able to do that. I managed to get a couple of projects done.
That's dope. Dope. Super dope. Super dope. Somebody mentioned it in there, so we're gonna get to it. Pam and Tommy, right? A Detroit love story. You dropped this trailer a few weeks ago, and it goes nuts. You know what I mean? And people are saying to themselves, "Is this shit real?" Right? That's what everyone's asking themselves. Um, you know, when is it coming out, and all that stuff. You know, I like your twist. You know, to Pam and Tommy, and it was definitely a story that, you know, fans would like. You know, fans want to see more of. You know, and would gravitate to. Um, is this real? I just want to ask you straight up. Is this something that you plan on releasing or trying to get done, or is it any more than just a trailer?
Yeah. So when I created what you all saw, it was my intention, right? For it to be what it was. And, you know, there, it even says on there, because, but it says it, you know.
People don't read. What?
But, you know, it's all good. Like, I'm used to that by now. You know, I leave all the clues and stuff, and I just let the public talk amongst themselves. But I will say this. Anything in this world is possible. So I just have to leave it at that for now. But anything is possible, and, you know, I'm not leaving any conversations off the table. So, you know,
Okay.
but I like that, you know, people are open to unique ideas or different twists, you know, different things. Because, you know, I mean, that's just a part of the creative process. I mean, pretty much most of the Disney movies are twists and remakes and all these things. So that's just part of being a creative person. And I also use, you know, those projects to fund my own, you know, original films and stuff as well. Yeah, so it just kind of stirs the pot a little bit, show people, okay, oh, he's out here. Who's that? Oh, let's see what else he does. What's going on? So it's a great way to introduce my work to more and more people. I pretty much do one. It's looking like probably like once a year. I do one, kind of put
You're shaking it up
a little bit.
You're shaking it up. You're shaking up the room. Has anyone from the Martin Show cast, directors, or anybody, you know, reached out to you like yo, this idea is dope, or anything? Has anyone reached out to you? It could be just a message of saying, "Hey, this is super amazing." Anyone that was affiliated with that production?
Yeah.
You see how he takes. You see how he takes a sip.
I was thirsty. I'm sweating. This is a very thick shirt. It's a very thick shirt. I picked the wrong shirt.
Yeah, I see you've been patting too. Been patting a little bit.
But no, yeah. So I'm just happy that the powers that be receive the work in the correct intentions. You know what I'm saying? And I've heard some very good things about it from the channels that I've heard. You know, so I'm like, okay. So I'm working on other things right now, but whenever I do get that call, if I ever do get that call, assemble the crew. But no, it's just about having fun. We just had fun. Like, that was like probably one of the most fun sets I've had. It was like a party for 3 days. We were just laughing and joking. So it just reinvigorated my love of like creating, because I wrote it in like a week. We rehearsed in a couple of days, and the next week we were filming. It happened that fast. And yeah, we just had a ball, man. So when you do something and you enjoy doing it and everybody's having fun doing it, I think that energy kind of resonates through.
It sense with the people that are seeing your work. You can kind of tell when people enjoy what they're doing,
Yeah, man. I like to have fun on my sets. We had a ball.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the team.
And I know you've done a few like parody. Is that how you say that word? I always get that one.
Yeah.
Parody, right? Trailers. I seen the Aunt Viv joint. That was crazy.
Yeah.
As well. It was like, this is sick. Have you ever gotten anyone that reached out to you and was like, "Hey, man, you're kind of damaging the brand," or "We don't like your take on this," or anything? Have you ever got any kind of negative feedback from anyone that was actually involved in those real shows?
No. The only thing that I heard, somebody sent me a video of Miss Janet Hubert, and she said that we portrayed her as a killer, which is not true. We portrayed her as the victor. She's coming back home. She's reclaiming her crown. But sometimes you can't really control how people receive things. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, we were very intentional with everything we did and we said, to not only position her, like, it wasn't like one Aunt Viv against, as characters, not about them as people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I guess lines can get blurred on that, but we were very particular and careful about, putting a spin on the characters and not the person. But that's probably like the only thing that I heard, which, is kind of like, because we really, because the conversation has been around, her and her character. Like, people just loved her portrayal of that character, thus loving her so much. So you always got these questions: what happened to her? What happened to her character? Da, 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 da. And so we just provided a little unique resolution to it, and gave hope, like, oh, she's coming home to regain her crown, which, less than a year later,
that down.
She did, so not saying we had anything to do with that, but I mean.
But as fans of the show, you had that question mark. You know what I mean? Like, I see that. So I'm not gonna. But we know what it is. You know what I mean?
She got her crown back. So shout out to Miss Janet Hubert. We love you. Please don't misunderstand. We do love you. We love everybody.
Yeah. For you to take the time out and put that energy into doing something, you gotta love it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not gonna do something or just somebody you don't like. That just always make any kind of.
Yeah, we don't waste our time on things that we don't like. We celebrate Black culture. We like to do things that the industry probably don't want to move on or don't want to do. Because we can knock it out. We can make it happen. I like that.
Love. All right. So this is the part, right, in the show where we normally do where you have to pick one, right, or take a shot. And I think you told me that you don't drink. Am I right?
I just don't like the taste of alcohol. It's just like I haven't gotten that taste bud in yet.
You're not a wine person or anything? Like, you go on a date, you don't drink wine, nothing? You like, let me get that Pepsi, or let me get that Coke or whatever, and the Joel, keep it straight. Yeah. So this is how we're gonna do it, right? For all my people that's watching, if you're 21 and over, you're gonna take the shot for Bobby. So Bobby's gonna probably might get you a little tipsy tonight, right? But you good. Bobby's gonna get you tipsy tonight.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
But now I'm gonna take the shot along as well. Shot the Bel Air, Bumble, the whole 17 brands, the vibes. So pretty much where I'm gonna give you two options. You have to pick one. If you can't pick one, you gotta take a shot. That's pretty much how it works. All right. Okay. So, and of course you're a film director, filmmaker, so we're gonna keep it strictly in that world.
Oh right? No.
We're keeping it Black culture too. Keeping it Black culture. I'm doing good about these. F. Gary Gray, or John Singleton? Do, 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 do. You got a little certain amount of time.
F. Gary Gray.
Okay, good one, good one. I would take a shot. I want to keep going. Spike Lee or Ava DuVernay?
In terms of what?
It's whatever you want it to be. These are two film directors.
Spike.
Okay.
Sorry, Ava. I know she follows me. We love you.
Ava will probably say Spike, right? Spike's man, such a legend, man. All right. Tyler Perry or Robert Townsend?
So I got to go back. I would love to have a conversation with Ava, though. That's who I want to actually sit down and meet. But go ahead. I'm sorry. You said who?
plug that, right? Tyler Perry or Robert Townsend?
Townsend.
Okay. You said that. Friday or Ha Ha?
Friday.
Okay, good. Oh, God, he ain't making us take no shots tonight. Do the Right Thing or Boys in the Hood?
Ooh. Boys in the Hood. Ooh. Yeah, Boys in the Hood.
That's a shot. You sure?
Yeah.
Y'all put in the comments if that's a shot. He sound real unsure. You see the weed.
Yeah, because I wish there was like parameters for these questions, like which one do you like the most, or like just this is kind of like I'm like I don't know, but or what's most impactful, what means more. So it's like I'm kind of.
Yeah, but it's based off whatever you want it to be. So it's what if you was sitting at home at the crib, you had these two movies. It's COVID. You ain't got nothing else to do. You're like, all right, cool.
I've seen Boys in the Hood way more than I've seen Do the Right.
See, I'm hearing that it's a shot. A lot of people saying it's a shot.
Yeah.
Debated about it too long. All right, it's a shot. We love both of those films. Bobby making us take a shot tonight. This is one. I need to get a shot count on because somebody was a Kid Capri. It was somebody who made us take a lot. He took shots with us though too. So
oh man, I just got this Coke. I'm sorry.
Beanie Man made us take a lot of shots. But yeah, that's Coke. There you go. All good. Menace to Society or Juice?
Okay, so this is kind of like where my West Coast leanings kind of come in because I don't know. I just feel like we watched more West Coast stuff because we were on the West Coast growing up. So, Don't Be a Menace. I remember seeing that. Yeah, you said Don't Be. Wait.
No, I said Menace to Society, not the
damn. Yeah, Menace to Society. Yeah.
Now you gotta be ready to go home and watch Menace to Don't Be a Menace.
I was way off. Yeah.
Don't get them mixed up, man. Come on.
I know, right? Let's not shout out to the Waynes because
they be coming out. They be coming for you. You don't know his movies. All right. Poetic Justice or Juice?
Poetic Justice. I love Janet. I think Juice is a better movie, but I love Janet, so I got to give it to Janet.
And guess what? Tupac was in both of those movies.
Facts. I didn't even consider that.
Tupac was in both of those movies, but yeah.
I will say Juice is way more influential to my style of storytelling. Well, where it will be going in the next couple of years is more
okay.
Right now.
Okay. The 5 Heartbeats or The Temptations?
The Temptations only because it was real.
Okay. Boomerang or Booty Call?
Boomerang. I said that really fast.
Boomerang. Yeah. Boomerang. You know what it is? Boomerang was really, really good, and it brought a lot of fashion. Booty Call brought a lot of laughter. And Boomerang had it showcased New York in a good way and how it was moving back then. I could never choose between them two. A Different World or Living Single?
Oh, I just got done watching all of the episodes of Living Single. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna have to go with A Different World, but I love them both. That hurt. That one hurt.
It's a shot.
That one hurt.
It's a shot. So this is number 2.
I would always say that because the last season of Living Single, painful. So, yeah.
Your dad, I think your dad is on here, and he said,
What?
"Son, this is that. You sat on my lap in Italy when we saw Boys in the Hood."
Why did he put my business out there? Thanks, Dad. Love you too.
No, it's super dope. Shout out to Pops on the checker, man. Don't do that. So he was a little one. He sat on his lap. Wow, that's dope, man. You watched Boys in the Hood in Italy. That's dope.
Yeah, I told you that military practice I'm kicking in.
Nah, don't be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It's my last one. Or Family Matters.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I love Family Matters too, man. Uncle. Man, that's like Uncle against, you know?
Yeah.
All right.
I think Fresh Prince aged a little bit better.
Okay. You know, I know your latest put. You did a good job. Show the love of the crowd. You did a good job.
Thank you.
I know your latest project. You know, you have out. What had happened was right. The husband and pronounce it for me. Cleophas. Well, is that a southern? That's a southern name, Cleophas.
I would imagine so. Yeah.
Cleophas. Did you make that up, or no?
Name? There's definitely some Cleophases in the world.
No disrespect to the Cleophas in the world. Cleophas. If you're named Cleophas, I love you. And I'm pretty sure your folks do too. You know, so you know, I saw the trailer. And you know, it seemed very funny, but sad at the same time. And my first thought was, with you know that damn Bobby, right? Is this a legit story or is it? Can you tell you can explain it better than I can? Can you kind of give us a little insight to what this film was about?
Sure. So it's full title is of course What Had Happened Was, you know, because that's what we love to tell a story. And it's the story of the Herbert and Cleophas story. So about 10, 12 years ago, I just completed film school, and me and my homeboy Chris, shout out to Chris, came up with this story. We was always doing little stupid skits or whatever, and we just came up with this idea like, oh, we love Harlem Nights, we love life. Let's see if we can just do a period piece, something kind of funny, just kind of like that. And we took that challenge upon ourselves, got some of our friends, and we just bit by bit, piece by piece, we just made this movie with no money, with, you know, cars, clothes, clubs, hair, makeup, like the whole bit. Like we made an entire movie. It took us 2 years to do it because we didn't really have anything to do it, but we pulled it off and we did it. The heartbreak comes in is that for a multitude of reasons, the movie, although it's completed, I never put it out. So just imagine your whole team, family, friends, everybody is pissed off at you because you never.
They're rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
Yeah. It got really bad too, and you kind of get a sense of like, you can watch what happens when a dream is deferred in real time. You can hear everybody's stories. You know, I take a beating in this. I'm not gonna lie. Like I just finished the edit today, and it's been an insanely humbling and terrifying and traumatizing experience hearing everybody's worst thoughts about you, you know? So, but I really honestly think it's going to be a therapeutic experience for anybody who watches it, even if you're a filmmaker or an artist, creator, anything where you had a dream and you motivated all the people to believe in your dream, and for some reason the dream doesn't come to pass. And you know, since then, I've done a lot of things, and, you know, I've gotten a lot better, you know, as a filmmaker, as a person, as a human. And so I wanted to reach back to my old friends and, you know, associates and give them the space, the platform, and the time to tell their story. So I'm very excited about, you know, it's releasing the movie in a way, but the story behind the movie as well.
That's super dope. Let me ask you this. Was you in the room when these people sat there and they talked about it.
Oh yeah, not only was I in the room, I was at the table. It was almost like an intervention. So imagine you sitting in the middle of the table and like the table's filled with people like, you didn't put the movie out. We worked for you for years. We did this. People quit being actors and nobody wanted to be actors no more because of your movie and what you know. And it's like, so sitting hearing that for 2 hours was tough, but editing that for 2 years, because we shot this through like 2020, 2021, the documentary and the interviews. So, but I really think it needs to be seen. The story needs to be told. And I really think it could definitely help some people. So we are doing the premiere in Atlanta next Thursday, May 12th at Atlantic Station. So anybody in Atlanta, hit my the link in my bio. You got to purchase your tickets on Eventbrite. We can't sell them at the door because, you know, Regal, AMC, theater, and whatnot, they don't play with that. So get your tickets.
Pop it up like, yo, can I get in? Yo, yeah, yo.
You know how we like to do. Like my last screening and premiere, people just came at the door like, can we get a ticket? I'm like, you know. But
we gotta support our own.
Please,
we definitely gotta support our own. So I make sure I support that. And this is what I'm gonna do, right? For my people that's watching and listening, the next 5 people, right? The next 5 people that DM me on Instagram, you could just write me Bobby. I know what's up. You know what I mean? The next 5 people that DM me, I'm gonna purchase your ticket.
Oh,
that's what we're doing, all right? The next 5 people that DM me, you in ATL area, you anywhere near ATL, and you free next Thursday, right? What date is that? That's the
12th.
The 12th. What time is it?
7.
7
Red carpet.
p.m.
7 p.m. Red carpet.
Red carpet event. All right. I will purchase your ticket for you to go. Not you and the homies and the gang and all of that. You know what I mean? The besties and all of that. But since you'll be going for free, right? Just pay the way. Just pay for someone else to go with you. Pay for a friend to go with you, and so on. You know what I mean? So we can pack this thing out and we can support our brother.
And especially 2 things, like, of course, if you love like I said, the Harlem Nights and the Lives and even the Color Purple and all those things, you're definitely going to enjoy this film. And, you know, even more so, I want to fill this theater with so much love, because there's many of these people that was a part of my film that haven't done another film since. So they never had the red carpet experience. They never got a chance to see themselves on the big screen. So more than anything, I want them to really get that experience and feel that love, and hopefully could reignite that fire for them. So, yeah.
That's super dope, man. That's super dope. It seems like you messed up on something and you came back to make it right.
I had to.
And you did it on a public scale, and not a lot of people do that. So that takes a lot of guts.
Yeah.
Respect that, man. I wish I was out that way, man. You know, any advice you can give? So y'all make sure y'all DM me. Y'all heard me. DM me, and I will take care of your ticket. Any advice you can give, you know, to people that's looking to break into, you know, the film industry, until you can say to them.
Don't ask for permission, just do it.
Nike.
Just do it.
Endorsement, not playing. But don't ask for permission, just do it. Whatever you want to do, just do it. And this applies, and for those who's watching, this applies to any field. Just do it. Don't ask for permission. A lot of times you don't gotta ask for permission. We think we need this person or that person. You think you need to go here to get this done and get here to get that done, or ask for someone else's blessing and permission. And you really don't.
Yeah.
You really don't. So he said, don't ask for permission. Do it. All right. You know, my last question I always ask my guest, my last question I always ask my guest is, you know, what do you want your legacy to be?
I've been thinking a lot about that because this film is so autobiographical. There's a lot of hard truths in it. There's a lot of things revealed that I've never revealed before. I think this film is a great start in a way for people to get to know me that don't really get a sense of who I am. And I'm happy that I'm leaving something like this behind in the world. But more so, I want them to walk away from the film and getting a sense of getting to know me, getting the sense that, you know, I care. and I want to represent my people and our stories the best way possible.
Dope. Dope. Super dope, man. Thank you, Bobby, man. You made it through. You survived the FloWay show, man. You have to take no shots tonight. Man, thank you, man. Thank you, my brother. Thank you for your time. Thank you for keeping it real. Thank you for the work you have done. We look forward to seeing you grow as a producer, and and we're just proud of everything that you're doing. And y'all make sure y'all check out What Had Happened Was.
Yeah. We're gonna
Cleophas, right? Cleophas? That's right.
Yeah, the Herbert and Cleophas story. We're gonna tour a few cities throughout the summer, and then we're gonna put it out on some platforms later in the year. So, if you can't come to a theater in one of the stops that we're gonna do, you'll definitely be able to check it out on some sort of streaming platform later this year. So we're making it happen.
Definitely. And I'll go ahead and I'll make sure I share it for all my followers to see it. And we're going to continue to support you. And when you got something else rolling around, come back, talk to us, man. We get it out there.
Where you at anyway? Where are you?
North Carolina.
Hey, okay.
Charlotte. North Carolina.
We have a screening there, not for this, but for a previous project called Connect. First time I'm announcing this, actually. June 19th. So I'll be there. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, in Charlotte.
Yeah. If I'm in town, man, I'll make sure I'm there. Receive some. What day of the week is that? Is that a Saturday?
I have no idea. It sounds like a Sunday. I think it's a Sunday. But yeah, we'll be announcing that. And we'll send out the details and all that.
Dope. Super dope. So if you're not following Bobby, right? If you're a fan of mine, you support me, you love me, make sure you go ahead and you follow Bobby. Is it B Huntley Films, right?
Indeed.
B Huntley Films. What's your website?
BobbyHuntleyFilms.com.
BobbyHuntleyFilms.com. If there's any actors out there, Sunday. So it is a Sunday. Okay, super dope. So after I get out of church, whatever I go eat, go check out. You know what I mean? Go check out the movie. God, man, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, actors, right? Any actors that may be watching, that may, aspiring actors that may want to work with you. How can they contact you?
No, they already do. I mean, I keep my eyes on the pulse of what's happening, who's doing stuff, who's out there. So, I mean, just be around. You just got to be around.
There you go. There you go. Super dope, man. Thank you, man. Shout out to everybody, man, that tuned in. If you missed any part of this conversation tonight, man, with my dude, Bobby Huntley, you can check it out tomorrow at 12 p.m. YouTube or wherever you get your podcast, man. Thank you once again, man. You be safe, you be blessed. Please, people, DM me. I'm going to take care of your tickets. I'm going to increase that from 5 people to 10 people. So the next 10 people that DM me, Bobby, or just mention this interview and say you want to come out next week, all right? I got you. I'm going to take care of 10 tickets, man. My brother, blessings. And I'll talk to you soon, man.
Glory to God. Thank you so much.
Glory to God, man. Bless. Peace.
Peace.